There are endless posts and vlogs on the internet talking about mental issues, and sure, it can make you feel less alone. But I wanted to make sure if I was going to talk about this, it needs to be a valid contribution with a lesson. If this even remotely helps one person, then I've done an okay job. So it's 2018 and I've just turned 25 years old, and I'm still dealing with some very sudden and very strong funks. If you, like me, in my childhood naivety, believed that all adults had it together, boy were we wrong. So I got myself into a funk the other day, and it really caught me off guard. Because these feelings almost seem to come out of nowhere. And especially when you can't put your finger on what triggered it, it makes it so much harder to deal with. I consider myself a pretty rational person, so when I'm going through these patches, I'm constantly reminding myself of positivity, that I can deal with it, I'll be fine, I'm worried over something that's extremely minor. But, okay, so without sounding ridiculously dramatic, it's like I become a different person. And I don't want to put labels on this by any means, I'm no expert. I'm just explaining to you how I've been able to rationalize these feelings to myself. It's like I'm temporarily out of control, and that in itself is really quite scary. So my main tell for dipping into a funk is when I can't do the things that will make me happy. So things like drawing, or eating tasty food, or taking a shower, or walking the fresh air, things I know for a fact will lift my mood. Something inside my head makes me firmly believe that I don't want to do these things, that they won't make me happy. So I just sit there, wasting time. So I try to calm myself down, but the part of me that's worrying won't listen. I ask myself what I'm worrying about, and I can't even get a legitimate answer. So what is my rational side supposed to do with that information? What I've realized I should do, really, is try to comfort the side of me that's being worried, that to be there for myself no matter what. But instead, recently, I've found my rational side just becoming angry. Why are you behaving this way? You have nothing to worry about, so just stop. People aren't perfect, you aren't perfect, what's the issue? You're being selfish, this isn't about you. There are bigger problems in the world. Just stop. So what am I doing to combat this? What have I learned that works for me personally? In short, I found that having people around me that understand I'm not being myself can snap me out of feeling awful a lot quicker than if I try to handle it myself. For example, on New Year's Eve, I was panicking for no reason about visiting some friends in Cardiff. I knew I had no reason to worry. I mean, maybe I had some things going on in the back of my head, but we were going to have a wonderful time eating food, playing board games, and yet I was really quite irrationally worrying about it. Luckily, someone was there for me. They saw me switch. Honestly, I find there's a big difference if somebody distracts me and talks to me rationally rather than giving what I'm going through attention, rather than being overly mushy or talking to me like I'm a child throwing a tantrum. Distraction is such a powerful counter for me because it gives my rational brain a chance to retake the wheel and get control of that and get out of that vicious and destructive cycle. Also, decisions. I don't know about you, but honestly, decisions stress me out the most when my head's not in the right place. Having someone say to me, get up, have a shower, or we're going for a walk in 5 minutes, it just takes the strain away from my head, weighing up the options. I think my head likes to constantly weigh up variables and think, work out what's best, when honestly, anything would be fine. Then the decision is made for me. And that helps a tremendous amount with taking worry and stress out of me. Of course, I don't always have the luxury of having friends around me all the time. So when I next go through a sudden rough patch alone, I'll try to remember what I've learned here and try to implement that. Things like making a decision and following through. I think my childhood fears and worries are a little bit too deep-rooted to fully erase. But what I can do from now on is to expect these feelings, not to be angry with the scared little child in me, and deal with these issues better each time. I think that's all I can do, and I owe it to myself. I think these issues also come from being a creative person, always striving to be better, big goals and whatnot. I think I put a lot of pressure on myself. For the most part, I mean, I'm a confident and happy person, so, it's really out of character for me to be this way. I want this channel to be very real, and I don't want to put up a facade that, I'm always happy and everything's perfect. Sure, I celebrate the positivity in my life, but also I want to make you very aware that I go through some quite rough patches, because I think we all do. And the more real people are with each other in this day and age where everybody's putting on a happy face and only posting the positive things going on in their lives without outlining the bad, I think that's just, not intentionally false, but, I'm constantly bombarded with happy pictures of people, and life isn't like that. So I'm going to try and do my bit for anybody, like, if only I could tell myself when I was younger what I know now. And I mean, I still haven't got it all together. These outbreaks of funks are certainly becoming less frequent, so I'm obviously doing something right. So how about you? Do you ever go through anything like this? How do you find it best to deal with these issues? Do you get help? Do you deal with it yourself? Do you shut yourself away? What do you do? Didn't want my first video of 2018 to be this depressing, but I think it's really important to cover these kinds of issues, and it just happened to come up right now. So I thought, why not cover it? I think keep breathing is going to be my new thing, because I keep telling myself, just breathe, you'll be all right. So keep breathing and stuff, guys. I'll see you next time.